At times, we often feel trapped by something within us that stops us from realizing our full potential. This thing is our ego, a sneaky voice in our head that tells us stories. It creates false ideas and makes us doubt ourselves. It also makes us crave validation and recognition constantly. Tricky as it is, our ego pretends to be reasonable and practical, making us think its thoughts are our own. But in reality, it can lead us astray and prevent us from finding true happiness. But here is the truth. Our ego is not on our side. It's like a puppeteer controlling us from behind the scenes. It floods our thoughts with uncertainty, comparisons to others, and a constant need for approval from others. It tricks us into thinking that we're never sufficient as we are, and that we must always push ourselves to do more, be more, and make a big impact on the world. But here's the thing. As we chase after this feeling of being important, we unknowingly give away our power to the ego. We lose touch with our genuine selves, the core of who we truly are. Instead, we get caught up in a tangled mess of self-imposed limitations that hold us back from reaching our true potential. The first step to taking back control is recognizing when the ego is in charge. It requires being deeply aware of ourselves, being committed to the truth, and being willing to face the uncomfortable realities within us. It's not easy, but it's necessary for us to reclaim our lives. To identify the ego's grip on our lives, we must be attentive to the stories it weaves. We must pause and question the source of these thoughts. Are they truly our own? Or are they the projections of an ego desperate to maintain control? One sign that the ego is controlling our lives is when we constantly feel that nothing is ever good enough for us. It's as if there's a perpetual dissatisfaction that lingers in our thoughts and actions, leading us to a never-ending pursuit of perfection and an insatiable desire for more. When the ego takes the reins, it thrives on creating a sense of inadequacy within us. It whispers in our ear, telling us that what we have or who we are is never sufficient. It fuels our inner critic, amplifying self-doubt and breeding a mindset of scarcity. No matter how much we achieve or possess, we find ourselves trapped in a cycle of never feeling truly content or fulfilled. This incessant drive for perfection and the belief that nothing is ever good enough can manifest in various areas of our lives. It may be reflected in our professional endeavors or into our personal lives, affecting our relationships, self-image, and overall well-being. The ego's grip on our lives in this way can be exhausting and emotionally draining. It robs us of the ability to appreciate and be present in the here and now. We become trapped in a never-ending cycle of striving, always looking for the next big thing to fill the void within us. To break free from this pattern, it's essential to cultivate self-awareness. It's the voice of your ego that whispers doubts into your mind. But let me assure you, that voice is not your true essence. It's an illusion, a construct created by your mind. You possess within you a wellspring of potential, creativity, and love. Embracing your enoughness means recognizing and honoring your unique gifts and talents. It means acknowledging the growth and progress you have already made on your journey. Remember, your worth comes from within, from the depths of your being, and it is infinite. I invite you to let go of the burdensome beliefs and thoughts that weigh you down. Trust in the divine flow of life, knowing that you are guided and supported every step of the way. Allow yourself to shine brightly, for the world is ready to embrace the authentic, conscious being that you are. Take a deep breath. You are enough, my dear friend. Another sign that the ego is controlling your life is when you always feel the need to be right. It's as if you have an insatiable thirst to prove your point, dominate conversations, and assert your intellectual superiority over others. This ego-driven desire to be right can manifest in various ways, often leading to conflict, strained relationships, and a narrow-minded perspective. When the ego takes hold, it thrives on the fear of being wrong. It convinces you that your opinions, beliefs, and perspectives are the only ones that matter. It feeds your egoic identity, creating a false sense of superiority and an urge to defend your positions at all costs. The ego's insistence on being right limits your own personal growth and development. By clinging tightly to the belief that you already have all the answers, you inadvertently stunt your own intellectual and emotional evolution. To break free from the ego's strong desire to always be right, recognize that being right all the time is an illusion, as no one possesses absolute knowledge or understanding. When we engage in a conversation with someone, it's important to appreciate that they may have a completely different life experience and information on the same subject. By neglecting this opportunity to understand their point of view, we miss out on expanding our own perspectives and opinions. It's crucial to approach these conversations with empathy and compassion, recognizing that differing viewpoints can be valuable. When someone is approaching conversations with the ego-driven attachment to being right, when their actions evoke negative emotions within you, remember that you have two choices. The first choice is to react and engage in conflict, allowing the negativity to escalate. The second choice, however, presents an opportunity for your personal growth. Instead of getting caught up in an ego battle, you can choose to see the trigger as a chance to develop and evolve. Recognize that any negativity expressed by others is often a reflection of their own ego-driven struggles. By understanding this, you can avoid wasting your energy on futile conflicts and instead direct it towards acts of love and service. Rather than engaging in a back-and-forth exchange fueled by ego, choose to respond with empathy and understanding. Pause and reflect on your own emotions, recognizing that they are within your control. Open wide the doors of your heart. Release the attachment to being right. Instead, you choose love as the guiding force in your life. This is the essence of operating from your true self, connected to the divine consciousness within.